Alright, season 3, episode 16. What's Vlud got to do with it? Eh. I think we've hit rock bottom with this season. I think this is the worst episode of the season. Yeah. This is one episode I think I've seen once and never had the audacity to watching it. Even when it was on, I either had it on in the background when I was on a computer looking up stuff, playing games. I don't think I ever actually sat through it again until now. So, Lori has organized an auction for the men at school. I guess Tommy is bidded on by a lovely woman named Tristan. Turns out to be not only a werewolf, but the princess of an island of werewolves called Lycanthia. Her father is King Augustus, and she brought with her a hunchback, unibrowed goon called Vlud, who bids on Merton, and then it's revealed that she actually only bid on Merton because she felt sorry for him, and because of that rejection, he's now obsessed with her, calling her various times, parodying someone being drunk, someone drunk calling with drinking a bunch of you. So, Tristan reveals that she is a werewolf, and it's weird because I guess female werewolves still get here, the wolf stuff here, but not here because it's female. She's the first female werewolf, well, besides Lori, and Lori didn't have this. She had just the hair, but she didn't, although she wasn't a fully transformed werewolf, so keep that in mind. But still, she had the teeth and the bad hair, didn't look like. But, Vlud has, or not Vlud, Tristan has this. And she wants Tommy to go back with her to Lycanthia to be her prince and eventual king. And he says, well, he's got responsibilities in Pleasantville, which is right. And so he says no, but she cries to her daddy, who flies all the way to Pleasantville and kidnaps Tommy. And just for the sake of Merton being there, Merton stows away, trying to get the affections of Vlud. She says no, so he stows away in a trailer and ends up there. And so Tristan finds out that Tommy was forced to be there. So she's like, Daddy, you can't force him. And there's a bit of a fight where he almost dies from an axe. He's like, you saved my life. And I'm like, you spared me. I'm like, it would have killed you. It's not silver, right? I don't know. And so then they apologize, and he's like, well, I gotta go back. I'm going back to Pleasantville. And so they kiss, and then Merton and Vlud kiss, and everything is back to normal, and they're computer chatting, I guess. I don't know. This episode, it's how fast I went through that. That's really it. No, this episode, it's probably the worst episode of the series. To be honest, I was not into this episode at all. It's just, even when I saw what the next episode was, because when I went to press play, it was high. So, if you have it sit, I have a Roku TV, so if you have it sit for too long, it goes to a screensaver, and sometimes it comes across stuff that gets highlighted. Well, I pressed the play button, thinking it would go straight back into the playlist, and instead it went to another app. I had to go back out and go back in, and so once I saw what the next episode was, I went, because I knew I hate this episode. I don't know, I hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike this episode. There's good funny moments, but like Merton's handling of rejection, where he just is obsessed with this, calling her. Where did he get her number? I don't know. Lori is relegated to a very background character. She shows up for one scene where she tries to help Merton take down she's there at the beginning for the auction, and then when she finds out, she shows Merton she was paid with werewolf currency. Yeah, you don't do that. That was stupid. And so then they're gonna shoot him with silver nitrite, but then that's when they're, it's okay with being werewolves. And then there's a scene where they're sitting on what's that called? An fire escape. All wolfed out. No one seems to pay attention when they're walking by that there are two werewolves sitting up there. I don't know. This episode just... I'm sick of talking about it, to be honest. This episode just sucks. It sucks. It's my least favorite episode of the entire series, and there are some duds in season 1. Swampy comes to mind. Those ones were kind of meh. I think season 2 was probably the best season, but this, there's a lot of good episodes this season, and this one, it just that there's a lot of stuff that they threw at the wall to see if it stuck. And this episode is a good example of stuff that did not stick right, and there's never mentioned again, as far as I know. Yeah, let's move on. I'm done.